New York, early morning at JFK Airport. The sound of suitcase wheels rolling on the cold stone floor, along with the hurried footsteps of people rushing back and forth. Each sound, no matter how small, weaves a vivid picture of hustle and bustle mixed with silence, like two parallel worlds existing in the same moment. Andre Cole entered the scene like a gentle light. He was a simple, elegant black man in a long-sleeved shirt and simple trousers, but with every step he took, his eyes still exuded a very special aura, a calmness, integrity, and warmth that could not be mistaken. Amidst the hustle and bustle, Andre was more than just a silhouette. He was the calm in the storm, the steadiness and kindness in a world that seemed to be gradually cooling down. Suddenly, in the midst of the hustle and bustle of life, an old white woman slipped and fell, papers scattered on the cold floor. The surrounding eyes only glanced at her. Some even frowned in annoyance at the inconvenience she caused. But Andre, without hesitation, bent down to help her, his gaze full of goodwill and sincere concern. That small action rang out like a gentle bell in the chaos, reminding that in a world that often forgets each other like invisible dust particles, there are still glimmers of humanity and kindness. He could not have known that that moment, a slow step in the middle of a bustling crowd, would be the beginning of a new chapter full of surprises and meaning in his life. Have you ever wondered if just one act of kindness, one moment of hesitation in the midst of busy choices, could change everything around you? Join me in this story to see that sometimes slowing down is not a sign of failure, but the most courageous choice, opening up new horizons in life. The sound of hurried footsteps echoed throughout the airport corridor, mixed with the soft screeching of luggage carts and the steady announcements from the loudspeakers. In the midst of that space, where the rhythm of life of hundreds of people was constantly bustling, a moment of unexpected slowness occurred. Andre Cole, a simple black man but exuding a calm and warm aura, gently bent down to pick up the pieces of paper that were flying all over the floor. His eyes were not as busy as the people around him, but shone with sincere concern as he helped a trembling old woman stand up, at the same time asking kindly about her health. "Are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you?" Andre's voice was warm, gentle but firm, like a strong shoulder amidst the hustle and bustle. His eyes shone with sincerity, not fake, but as if he understood every invisible feeling behind the wrinkles on the old woman's face. Helen slowly raised her head, her cloudy eyes shining with deep emotion. Her voice trembled, soft as if she had just overcome a long period of time hidden in her heart. "My name is Helen. This is my first visit back to my hometown after many years away, to visit my husband's grave." Her words were like a gentle breeze blowing through the soul, carrying with them long-held memories buried deep under the dust of time. The bustling space around seemed to pause for a moment, giving way to a silence that permeated the mood. There, among the hurriedly passing people, Helen's small story was like an emotional puzzle, revealing a story of many years, where memories and loneliness blended together, both painful and precious. Even though the clock was nearing the flight's departure time, Andre did not hesitate to offer to help the old lady to the security gate. "Let me walk you, even though I might miss my flight," he said, his eyes still firm and kind. The sight of Andre guiding Helen through the long corridors under the soft, dim light of the airport lights created a peaceful, emotional moment in the cold and bustling space. In that moment, it seemed like everything around had calmed down, leaving only the image of a quiet, upright man and an old woman with a sad life story, walking slowly on a journey that was not just a flight, but a connection of hearts that needed each other the most. Andre returned to the boarding gate the moment it closed, the dim yellow lights illuminating him like a silent figure amidst the constant movement of the airport. Not a trace of anger or frustration, he just sighed softly, as if accepting that there were things in life that could not be rushed or forced. The hustle and bustle of the crowd gradually faded away, giving way to the silence inside his soul, where a very different choice was taking place. At that moment, the phone rang. It was a call from the assistant, carrying important news about $1 million contract that was very close. In the assistant's voice, excitement and expectation were almost contagious, like a precious opportunity that anyone would dream of. But Andre, with his inherent calmness, did not rush to respond with flowery words or great ambitions. He just said softly, his voice warm and certain, "I just know that today I have to help her." Those simple words were like a declaration of the true values he pursued, a choice not based solely on money or success, but on compassion and selfless kindness, what makes up the true nature of a person. In the midst of the endless cycle of life, that moment seemed to stop, marking a story that was not only about a career, but also about lives connected by compassion and deep humanity. As Andre stood still on the side of the aisle, an airport employee approached, his eyes urgent but no less respectful. He spoke cautiously but clearly. "Mr. Cole, someone wants to see you immediately." Andre's feet followed, each step light and unhurried, leading him through quieter corridors, gradually away from the hustle and bustle of the airport. They walked to a VIP area where the private jet was parked under the pale yellow sunlight of the late afternoon. The atmosphere here had a different feel, luxurious, solemn, but also contained a gentle warmth. And then, appearing before Andre was Mrs. Helen, the woman who had made him stop in the middle of his busy life. But now her face was unusually radiant, completely different from the tired, trembling look he had seen before. Her eyes lit up like a fierce fire of life, warming the cold space around. She spoke softly, her voice both warm and powerful. "I am Helen Grant, co-founder of this airline." She told of her reclusive past, of the painful events in her family that made her choose to live a private life, away from the bright lights of fame and power. But today, it was Andre's simplicity and kindness that touched her more than any talent or fame. "Many people think I need the best talent to continue my career, but actually I need someone with heart, like you." That statement resonates as a profound declaration, not only about her choice, but also about the core values that every person needs to uphold in life: kindness, sincerity, and the courage to do the right thing, even when it may not be easy or convenient. In that moment, amid the soft light and emotional atmosphere, Andre realized that this encounter was not just a coincidence, but also the starting point of a new journey. A journey of connection, of meaning, and of values that transcend all. The warm light from the large glass doors of the VIP meeting room gradually seeped through each gap, creating a space that was both solemn and intimate, just like the meaningful moment between the two people. Helen looked straight into Andre's eyes, her voice deep and firm, without hesitation. "I would like to invite you to become the director of the airline's humanitarian fund. This will be a position with full executive authority, and you will be free to pursue projects that you believe in, projects that can truly make a difference in the lives of many people." The offer was like a key that opened a new door, a new world of possibilities and responsibilities, where every action had a deeper meaning than any $1 million contract. Andre stood there, silently feeling his own heartbeat, as if all the choices and values he had held for so long were now clearly reflected before his eyes. At that moment, Andre realized that this was more than just a job or a title. This was an opportunity for him to be true to himself, to let the values he cherished, compassion, integrity, and faith in humanity, not just stop at words but be demonstrated through each specific action, spreading to the larger community. His heart gently beat a new rhythm, full of hope and responsibility, like a whisper of fate, urging him to continue on the chosen path. In that decisive moment, the noise of the airport seemed to recede, giving way to a deep silence in Andre's soul. He looked at the contract placed before him, not as a piece of paper that determined the fate of a successful businessman, but as a commitment to a much higher mission: to become a humanitarian leader, one who carries the responsibility of connecting hearts with life values. Andre gently shook his head at the invitation to board the private flight, a decision that was not easy but contained unshakable determination. He chose to stay beside Helen, ready to start a new journey with a completely different mindset. Not a powerful CEO with numbers and profits, but a leader of humanitarian projects, where every step carries the meaning of helping, sharing, and inspiring. The pen glided across the page, signing as if to engrave an unbreakable promise. A gentle smile on the lips, a determined gaze sparkling like a beacon in the dark night. It was not just the signing of a contract, but the beginning of an inspiring journey, where Andre truly lived out his deepest values, and where his heart became the compass, guiding every decision and action in the future. 3 months have passed. Time has not only eased the confusion of a new journey, but also deepened the values that Andre had chosen with all his heart. In the midst of visiting families who received support from the humanitarian fund he was leading, Andre saw in their eyes a glimmer of hope, a new vitality that he himself contributed to lighting up every day. Not the numbers on the contract, not the revenue achievements, but the smiles, the touching stories, and the sincere gratitude that truly made each step of his journey meaningful. One peaceful afternoon, in Andre's office, a photo of him and Helen was placed solemnly on the table. That photo was not only a testament to a fateful encounter, but also a symbol of the companionship of two people with the same ideals of living and sharing. The slender line below the photo, "Let kindness lead, always," was like a constant reminder echoing in Andre's mind, urging him to continue his journey of guiding kindness in every decision, in every smallest action. The story does not end there, because sometimes life is not about rushing on the track, but about stopping to feel, to reflect. Sometimes slowing down a step, ignoring the urgency of time, is the longest step forward, opening new doors that we never expected. And in that silence, Andre found himself, found the true meaning of life, a life guided by kindness and compassion. Now, looking back on that journey, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought that, amidst the hustle and bustle of life, a moment of slowing down could change your whole life? What would you do if you were given the opportunity to choose between chasing material success and pursuing a humane mission? Tell me, what about Andre's story resonates with you the most? Is it his perseverance, or the simple kindness he showed others? Together, let's let kindness guide us, because sometimes it's the smallest things that make the biggest difference.